Alright guys, welcome back to Our World Outdoors. I'm Tony, and today we're going to be doing a review of the Blackweb's 20,000 mAh, also known as their 7X Power USB power bank. Now, to kick things off, this can be picked up at Walmart for $24.88, but I do have to warn you, they have a 20,100 that they sell for almost 50 bucks. So don't get tricked. This is the one you want to get if you're going to get one of these Blackweb power banks. Now, I also own the 10,000, but I haven't had enough trips on it yet to do a review. So we're going to work with the 20,000 right now. Now, the first thing I want to say is for the price point, this is the best 20,000 mAh power bank that I've ever seen. And that's the honest truth. It does have its flaws and we'll go over them. But just start out on the casing on the back and the sides, there's nothing. Okay? On this end, you've got two ports. I do need to let you know, we'll get close and show you. Neither one of them are rated for high power like you see on some. There's your recharging. And then it has this button. And you push the button and it's got a decent display. Some cheaper ones have a crappier display. Now you saw it go off. At times that will jam and you will manually have to push this button to turn it back off. And see? Now it doesn't want to turn off when I push the button. So that's one downfall of it. It doesn't seem to be a problem. Now, 25 bucks. How much can we expect out of this for 25 bucks? Well, let me tell you like this. If you have a standardized phone, standardized I mean not top of the line flagship, not an iPhone, not a Samsung Galaxy class or a Note or something like that. If you have a regular middle of the ground phone like the Samsung J3s or a Moto or an LG that's not a flagship level, this will charge it about 5 times. Maybe 6 if you're lucky. I use it in a kind of different mode though. And that is that I charge my GoPro batteries for it for making these videos. Now I have a triple charger and I run my batteries pretty much till they stop, which is not good for them, but I do it anyways. So 3 batteries completely dead. I mean, like camera won't turn on dead. Hooked into this thing at 100% charge. Now, this is all based on reasonable weather, not cold weather. I haven't had winter to be able to test it yet. But under those conditions, it'll bring this thing down to about 25%, 30% charging those batteries. That leaves me enough left to charge my Moto E4 phone completely and have probably 8% left maybe. That's really not bad for what it is. Now, how this differs from, say, an Anchor. An Anchor you can get way more power out of. I'll just be honest, you know, the tech on the battery system they use on this is not as advanced as what Anchor does. It's different. And, you know, the ports on the Anchor are different. And then I'm going to tell you the major difference and the major downfall with this, which for my purposes, if I'm prepared and I'm paying attention, it's never an issue. When you plug this into charge, I don't care what the reviews tell you. The fact is, this is a slow charging port. I don't care what type of USB adapter you use to plug into your wall. This will only take so much power, whereas an Anchor pack will quick charge. So, just off the top here, I have this. That's actually a Samsung charger. It's not a super powerful one, but it's a higher charge rate. You know, it's a decent one. Doesn't change the speed of this. I have a dual port one that has dual USBs on it that will power 2 Raspberry Pis, which are rather high powered. And it'll charge them both, run them both at the same time. And I can charge another device off of it too if I put a splitter on it, and it doesn't even phase it. It doesn't make this charge anymore. I need to tell you that it takes 8 hours, sometimes more, to fully charge this. Just no ways about it. That's what it takes. I don't care how high a power USB adapter you use, that's what it's going to take, period. Now you can take the Anchor one and probably do it with the right setup in half that time. I mean, it just is what it is. That said, the weight is actually less than the older style Anchor 20,000 mAh. Because the older style was like 1.1 pounds. I don't know what the new one is because I've never got to actually handle one and weigh it. This guy here, 1 pound exactly. Exactly across the board, 1 pound. So at 25 bucks, and considering you can go walk in and buy it off the shelf at Walmart at every location, the Blackweb's 7X, as they call it, or 20,000 mAh, I feel is an absolutely great deal. I don't really know that I would spend more money on the Anchor. The only thing that will redetermine that is if I find in the winter that this suffers from the cold. And I doubt that it's going to have that much of an issue for me. Now, that said, I kind of feel like if you're going to be on something like a through hike where speed of charging is important, that I would probably go ahead and spend the money on an Anchor. You know, if it's important that this charges fast, spend the, I think they're $55 now for the 20,000 mAh. I would spend the money on the Anchor power bank if I was going to do that. For my needs, I plug this in the day before we go on our trips, and I'm guaranteed to have the power I need at my fingertips. And it's actually very heavy duty. I don't know if it'll show up on the screen here. There's a line right there where it fell and hit the side of a cinder block, and all it did was scratch the case. It's built out of some pretty stern stuff. I'm telling you, because it's taken some pretty bad falls, and you can't even tell it. I've had it out on tons of trips. I've had it in a super rich moisture environment when it was pouring down rain one day, and everything had condensation on it, including this, and it didn't even phase it. So that should just tell you that this is a very decent budget product. And I don't want to call it something other than what it is, which is a budget product. But it's one of those things that I think that if you're a kind of person that can remember to plug this in a day before you need it, you will have all the power you need. And I also should mention, see, it says 100%. It's been that way for about 9 days, 8 days. 8 or 9 days. I took it on my last trip, but I didn't need it. And that should show you there's no power drain. And when I plug into it, it doesn't just drop. So it is what it says. Anyways, that was our look at the Blackweb's 20,000 mAh. If you liked the video, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.